Hello everyone, once again we are here in Polk County, Florida, and this video is for all my first-time home buyers out there. These are the top 5 mistakes to avoid when buying your first home. Now the first one is kind of obvious, but it's actually a pretty common mistake a lot of first-time home buyers make, and that is they don't get pre-approved for a mortgage. They start looking at homes, hopefully not with a realtor, because most realtors aren't going to start showing homes unless they've got a pre-approval. And so you're scrolling through Zillow or Realtor.com or Homes.com, and you're looking at homes and you think are in your price range, and then you decide to get serious about looking for homes, and you get your pre-approval, and all of a sudden all the homes you were looking at that you liked, you don't qualify for, and now you're just faced with disappointment, and every house you look at doesn't live up to your expectations. So as soon as you start to think about potentially looking at purchasing a home, the very first thing you should do is contact a lender and get yourself pre-approved. If you don't have a lender, you can contact whatever realtor you want to work with. They probably have some preferred lenders that they've had good experiences with, and they'll refer you to a good lender. But get that pre-approval done first. It also lets you know if there are things that you're going to need to take care of first, like student loans or some outstanding debts or things like that, before you get too far along in the home buying process. The second big mistake that first-time home buyers make is they overlook additional costs. So you don't want to just look at the purchase price. You need to look at what are the HOA fees, homeowners insurance costs, property taxes. There's also expenses as part of buying a home. Everyone talks about down payment, but there are closing costs as well. You may also have to pay your realtor directly. And then there are home inspection fees. And so all of that is stuff that you need to look into and not forget about when purchasing a home. And it's also important to be able to set aside a certain amount of funds for unexpected maintenance and repairs. There's no landlord you can call if the hot water heater stops working or the AC stops working. You're going to have to pony up and pay for those repairs. The third mistake that most first-time home buyers make is failing to conduct proper research on a location. We spend a lot of time online looking at houses, but we don't often look at the communities those houses are located in. So the perfect house in a bad location is still a house in a bad location. And so you're going to have to deal with that bad location, as well as then deal with it when it's time to sell. When you get frustrated with that bad location, that bad neighborhood, or whatever it is that's causing that to be a bad location, you're going to now have to overcome that when selling your home, and the only way to overcome that is with price. So research the location, check out police records, check out school zones and school grades, drive around the neighborhood at several times during the week. So I always recommend to my clients, come by during a weekday, come by during a weeknight, come by during the weekend, and get a feel for what the neighborhood is like to make sure it's a neighborhood that you're going to be comfortable with, that fits your lifestyle and your expectations. So that's really, really important to do. There's nothing worse than having a perfect home, but you hate your neighbors and you hate the neighborhood it's in. Because there's not much you can do. We always say in real estate, it's location, location, location. And sometimes because we're looking at houses online and we're making decisions based on what we see online, we're missing that piece about the location and the neighborhood. So don't let that fall by the wayside. The fourth mistake most first-time home buyers make is letting emotions drive the decision. It's very easy to fall in love with a home that you see online. Again, important to check out the neighborhood. But also make sure that the numbers make sense for you. Don't overextend yourself on your home purchase. Make sure you're going to be comfortable with the home, with the monthly payments that you're going to have to make. Don't overstretch yourself. Make sure that your must-haves are truly must-haves versus nice-to-haves, because the nice-to-haves are also going to cost you money. And so it's important to be aware of that. And then stick to your budget. Don't get caught up in a bidding war. We're not seeing a lot of bidding wars right now, but the right houses, sometimes we're still seeing multiple offers. So make sure you're making your decisions based on facts and not feelings, and don't let your emotions drive your decision. And finally, the fifth mistake first-time home buyers make is they skip a professional home inspection. $500 seems like a lot of money to spend when you're trying to save for the down payment and the closing costs and all of that, and you need to get new furniture or a new fridge for your home or whatever. But that $500 is an amazing investment. Not necessarily just because it gives you some negotiating power with some repairs with the seller, and right now sellers are going to do some repairs for you, but because it gives you a peace of mind knowing what kinds of repairs you have coming up, and so you can budget for those. If you purchase a home and the AC unit is 8 years old, you know in the next 2 to 4 years you're likely going to have to replace the AC unit. You can start budgeting for that. If the hot water heater is 10 years old, again, you know you can start budgeting for replacing that. If you don't do a home inspection, you might not know those things, and then you're going to be in for a big surprise. It also can save you from buying a lemon of a home, right? So if you know, you may look at the home and they may have put lipstick on a pig, right? It's a home that's been flipped by a home flipper. Some of them really know what they're doing, and some of them honestly have no clue what they're doing. I wouldn't have them put together a toothpick bridge because they just don't know what they're doing. I've had a beautiful looking flip that a buyer went under contract for. It turned out they didn't even connect the drain lines. So the home was actually pumping wastewater out into the backyard, which was causing extra moisture in the backyard, which was causing the home to sink. And so the back of the house was pulling away from the front of the house, causing structural damage. We did a home inspection, so we found that out. We might not have known that had we not done the home inspection. So really important to go ahead and get that home inspection done. If you are thinking of buying a home and you're a first-time home buyer and you're concerned because you have lots of questions, you don't know where to get started, I offer a free home buyers consultation where I sit down, I walk you through the process, I answer all of your questions for you, and try to make you feel as comfortable as you can moving forward. If this meets your definition and you'd like to schedule, please contact me. I'd love to sit down with you and do a buyer's consultation with you. I also have a free buyer's guide available. All you need to do is comment below on this video, and I'll be happy to send it to you. As always, if you or someone you know is looking to buy or sell in Central Florida, please reach out to me. Remember, you can't miss with Chris. Have a great day, everybody.